Brody's up to something.
Mrs. Brody, could you please post this letter?
Stop me!
Get off! Sir, arrest this man.
Why, Jack? We assumed you were happy in our service.
Come on you go.
Your grandson is the most odious man I've ever met.
I have the power to make or break you. Jack was in prison, and yet it seemed everyone had forgotten about him.
Oh, what is all this?
I thought it was high time we decided on a dress for Emily's party.
Emily already has a dress.
Something wholly inappropriate, I shouldn't wonder. What's the matter? You want to look nice for Robert, don't you?
Well, I'm never going to see him again, so it doesn't make a difference what I wear.
Such a fuss over a thieving garden boy. I'm sure if you just apologise to Robert, all will be forgotten.
Me?
Oh, Brodie, might I have a word? Carry on.
I just wanted to discuss with you one or two matters regarding the menu for tomorrow night.
How could anyone think about a party with Jack locked away? He had a secret, and it was down to me to find out the truth.
Where is George?
He's not here. He's at the office.
I've made some amendments to the menu, which I've passed on to Brodie.
Everything's taken care of.
This is a society party, my dear, not afternoon tea on the veranda. Well, don't just sit there, Emily. There are dresses to try on.
Emily's tutor is waiting. Perhaps we could continue this discussion later.
There'll be no need for studies once she's married.
Oh, Emily, before you go. This arrived in the post for you. And don't worry about your party. I'll make sure no one spoils it for you.
I don't believe this. I've got 100 shrimp croquettes here, and that's on top of what's been ordered. What's happened? Lady Grenford says my menu's not sophisticated enough. I've got blancmange, haven't I? What more does she want? All this fuss over some toffee-nosed girl. No one bothers about me, do they? Stuck down here for the rest of my life. Edwin!
What's this? An apology from Robert?
I'd burn it if it was.
So who's it from then?
No one. That's mine. Give it back.
Not until you tell me who's been writing you secret letters.
I wrote to Mr. Buscombe's college.
Why would you do that?
It's just when Constance said she saw him in stepmother's room.
That was just one of her fibs.
I thought I'd write to his old college and ask for a reference.
Well, you going to open it or not?
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Open it. Go on.
Having a good snoop, are ya?
Oh, you scared me. They're asking for writers to send in articles for the newspaper.
You're not a writer. You're a maid.
I won't always be a maid.
We're servants from now until we breathe our last breath. Now get down to the kitchen. Mrs. Brody wants to speak to us.
Quickly.
In preparation for the party tomorrow, I'd like Hetty to polish all of the silver, whilst Agnes makes sure the glasses are spotless.
So that's it? We just forget Jack, as if nothing's happened.
He's a thief, and I've myself clear.
Jack was caught red-handed, Hetty.
He didn't take Robert's wallet. I know there's more to discover.
What will happen to him?
He'll stay in prison, I expect. But what about Lady Grenford's changes to my menu?
Right, back to work, everyone.
There must be something we can do to help him. He's our friend.
We need proof, Hetty.
If Jack really was returning Mr. Cantor's trinkets, then we need to find out who he's covering for.
Rhoda will punish us if she thinks we're skiving off work.
I'll make sure she doesn't.
You will?
Jack's my friend too. Lizzie and I can do the silver.
So, will you help me or not?
Detective Smead at your service.
Sing of Achilles' wrath, O heavenly muse, which brought upon the Greeks unnumbered woes. I assume you finished your translation? Why else would you have the time to read in secret?
I'm sorry, Mr. Buscombe.
You can have it back at the end of class. Corpus Christi. That's my old college.
It's just when Constance said that she saw you in my stepmother's room, I had to find out if you were who you said you were.
And what does this letter say, exactly?
That no one under the name of Samuel Buscombe studied at their college.
They must be mistaken.
They said there was a Charles Buscombe, but no one called Samuel.
Charles is my birth name.
So why change it?
Vanity, I suppose. I was never keen on being called Charles.
So you haven't been lying?
Of course not. Now, how about we put your diligence to good use and finish your translation? If you'll excuse me, I need something from the library.
Mr. Buscombe, is everything all right?
Edwin and Emily are just finishing a Latin translation.
They're very lucky to have you. Your parents have done a fine job.
Thank you.
I know if you were my son, I'd be very proud indeed.
Rosamond, please. There are matters to discuss.
You shouldn't be up here. I need to see Lady Grenford about this menu. I'm bored. Don't look at me. I've got enough on my plate. That old dragon.
I'll tell her you said that if you don't play with me.
You wouldn't.
Lady Grenford!
All right. 5 minutes.
Well, come on then.
This is Emily's party. I'd appreciate it if you respected her wishes.
She's a child.
She's a young woman with a mind of her own.
We'll soon stamp that out of her.
I rather admire her for being so outspoken. If only I had the courage to say what I really thought.
Meaning what, exactly?
This is my family, Lady Grenford. Either you respect my wishes,
or
you will no longer be welcome here. And regarding Robert, I think Emily's made her feelings perfectly clear.
She should consider herself lucky a boy of his stature would even glance in her direction.
Then I think perhaps it's time that he looked elsewhere.
Beg your pardon?
My stepdaughter is worth 10 of that tiresome boy. Now, if you don't mind, I have a party to plan.
Never been so insulted.
Something happened, your ladyship.
That spiteful woman has scuppered any chance of an engagement. That feather girl, have you managed to find out what she's hiding?
I'm still trying.
Well, then try harder. If I lose Calendar Hall, we may have to reconsider your position. Now fetch my carriage.
Have you seen Hetty?
You've just missed her. She went into the garden for more firewood.
She's supposed to be polishing the silver for tomorrow.
Oh, she's already done that. Honestly, there is no stopping her today. She's like a hurricane.
I still don't know why we're going to Jack's house.
Maybe his family can help us.
But we don't know what we're going to find in there.
We need to know what happened to Jack. Come on.
I have a bad feeling about this. There's no one there. Let's go.
If we can survive Matron, we can take on anything.
Hetty!
Hello? Is anybody home? This way.
I've got a weapon here. I'm not afraid to use it.
These are all Lady Grenford's dresses, but Emily doesn't like them. Why don't you wear nice dresses?
Because I'm a servant.
But I have so many. Why don't you try one on?
I couldn't.
Come on, let's play dress up.
Well, I have never worn a pink dress before.
Mrs. Calendar?
You're Jack's brother, aren't you?
What of it?
He's up in front of the magistrate today, and we want to help him.
It's not my fault he got caught. They were just little trinkets. No one would have missed them.
It's you he's covering for, isn't it?
And now he's in prison where he'll stay.
Are your parents here?
No.
So you live here on your own? Who was that?
I didn't hear anything.
Is somebody there?
Please, I've squashed flies bigger than you.
What do you think?
From now on, you will be known as Lady Sheila.
The toast of London society.
You know what's missing? A ribbon to go with your dress.
Where are you going?
Mother has one in her room.
You can't leave me! Get back!
What are you doing? Why are you here again? Stop! Thief! Come back here!
Constance, come here.
So why haven't you called a doctor?
Because doctors cost money and we don't have none.
There must be someone who can help her.
She needs special medicine. Jack can't afford it on his wages.
So that's why you stole those things?
We only just get by on what Jack earns.
She's only gonna get sicker.
I tried to keep her clean, well-fed in that.
Perhaps if you just talked to Mr. Calendar.
Why would he help us? He just thinks we're thieves.
If Jack's found guilty, how will you survive?
Mother's tired. She needs to rest.
Is there nothing we can do?
It's too late. No one can help us now.
We need to hurry before Brody finds out we're gone.
Something I have to do when we get back.
What?
I should have helped Jack, didn't I?
You don't have the money to pay for a doctor.
No, but I can get the real story to a man who does.
Come on, kid.
You have to come with me and tell. They'll think I'm telling fibs.
It's got nothing to do with me.
You saw him run away from Mother's room.
I shouldn't even be up here.
But please, Lady Sheila, I thought you were my friend.
I'm sorry.
I saw him again.
Who?
Mr. Buscombe. He was in Mother's room. And he ran away.
You're lying.
I swear on Prudence's life.
Prudence is a doll.
What's going on?
Constance is telling fibs again.
It's not a fib. I saw him in Mother's room.
Ah, he was in the library, collecting this volume.
He wasn't. He was upstairs.
That's enough, Constance. I'll call for the nursery maid.
I saw him too. Mr. Buscombe was running out of your stepmother's room.
I lost my bearings, that's all.
That's what you said last time.
I think it's best if we finish today's lessons early.
Sheila, is my father home yet?
I don't know.
There's no need for that.
You can either tell us why you're here and what you were doing upstairs, or you can explain yourself to Father.
I work for a rival newspaper. I was sent here on an undercover mission to spy on your father's work.
So you're an imposter?
That explains why you were asking all those strange questions.
Should I still fetch Mr. Calendar?
Yes.
Sheila, wait. This scandal could ruin him. What if people found out he let us spy in the house?
So what should we do?
You can either go now or I'll fetch the constable to show you out.
If it's your wish for me to leave, I shall.
It is.
Did you find anything?
Yes. I wrote an article explaining everything about Jack to Mr. Calendar.
Saying what exactly?
How the justice system is unfair for the poor, even if they're just trying to help their families.
You've not signed it. Oh, Mr. Calendar will never read something written by a servant and a friend of Jack's.
Henry Footer. Does that sound like someone you take seriously?
Worth a try?
Where's Hetty?
She's in the kitchen, I think.
I just came from the kitchen. You're covering for her, aren't you?
Of course I'm not.
Where is she?
Mrs. Brodie, I'm almost done here.
As
were.
I realise I've wronged you, Miss Emily, but one thing I will cherish is seeing you flourish in your studies. You have a great mind. Don't let it go to waste.
Emily, what's going on?
Mr. Buscombe's sister has been taken ill. He has to go to her aid.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. How long will he be away for?
She's very sick. He's unlikely to return.
If you'll excuse me. Thank you for everything.
Oh dear, that all seemed rather sudden.
What about his books, his papers?
I can get them packed up and sent on to him, sir.
Thank you, Hetty. Well, I shall be in my study if anyone needs me.
Don't worry. We'll find you another tutor.
What happened with Mr. Buscombe?
Turns out he's been lying to us the whole time.
Why?
He wanted to ruin Father. He even lied about his name.
But he was such a good tutor. Her Majesty's Detention and Correctional Services. Prison. Matron.
Where do you think you're going?
I have to find Mr. Buscombe.
You will do no such thing. Get back here. What have you got there?
Nothing.
Give it to me.
Oh, Mrs. Brodie, I wonder if I might have a word?
Of course, milady. Please go to the kitchen and await my instruction.
Mrs. Brodie?
Well, if it isn't Lady Mark, decided to do a bit of work today, have we?
I haven't got time to explain.
You can't go in the pantry without my permission.
It's an emergency, sorry.
I'm still in charge of this kitchen, even if they don't like my blancmange. Sheila? Coming.
Where's the cream? Need to do this first. Nice and slowly. Pretty.
Where did Hetty go? I told her to wait for me here.
She went to the pantry.
Get this tidied up.
But Mrs. Brodie...
If you value your job, you won't breathe a word about seeing me here to anyone. Do you understand me?
for?
You know why. Perhaps, now that I'm back, maybe we could have that walk in the garden that you promised.
I'd like that.
Hetty, please tell Mrs. Brodie I should be working late tonight.
Yes, Mr. Calendar.
Oh, and if you happen to see Henry Footer, please pass on my thanks. He has the makings of a very talented young writer.
Once again, our family was together. Revealing the truth about Jack had saved him from prison. But for Mrs. Calendar, the truth was far more dangerous. Do I tell her that Mr. Buscombe is her son, or keep the secret buried?
This had better be good news.
Well, that depends on what you'd call the discovery of Mrs. Calendar's illegitimate son. Masquerading as a tutor. Of all things.
What did I tell you? I knew she had a secret.
I think it's safe to say Calendar Hall is as good as yours.
I desperately wanted to protect her. Little did I know, this was a secret that would change Calendar Hall forever.
Charles, a son born out of wedlock.
Out of my way!
If you thought paying my bills would stop this engagement, you are quite wrong.
Afternoon, sir.
What's he doing here?